Hey everybody, what's up? This is Sweezy's World. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. It's nothing but love for you guys. I mean it. Hey, it's Friday. I hope everybody's had a great week, and I hope you're making some good plans for the weekend if you don't have to work. Uh, Plan for a barbecue. You know me, I like a barbecue. So, might have a barbecue maybe tonight. Who knows? But all right, hey, look, just a couple little things, couple very little itty bitty things. The tariffs, for one, it's not really that itty bitty. If there's something in your little stockpile of non-perishable goods, we'll say, not talking about your long-term storable food. That's a foregone conclusion. You should already have that. But I'm talking about your, stuff in your little cabinetry and stuff like that. That kind of stuff. Do you like coffee? Do you like tea? And you don't want to get into your, long-term stash, so to speak. Get out there and buy it now because it's all going up in price. And it may go up quite a bit in price, depending on what part of the country you're in. It's going to go up a lot in most areas, especially if you buy it at Walmart, Dollar General, It's going to cost you a bunch, man. I'm serious. Now, the tariffs that Trump's enacted, in the long run, is going to be a good thing. Because at some point, the prices will come back down. More money will come into the country. There's already a bunch of countries trying to get in here now and work out some kind of deal. Got a few of the big countries that are not going to try and work out a deal, at least not at the moment. So I'm just saying, if you buy something and it comes from China, you better go out and get it this weekend, especially if you have enough this to go get it this weekend. Because if you don't, maybe by the following weekend, it'll go up 50, 60, maybe even 70% higher than now. Can't help that. It is what it is. And then you'll have to be very selective in what you buy because, let's face it, you just can't go out and just blow a load a couple of weeks from now when you could have a couple of weeks earlier saved yourself, I don't know, several $100. Then you're going to go out a couple of weeks from now and spend that much more. That's dumb. Don't do that. If there's something you need for your short term, right, go out and get it. Cups, coffee cups. We all drink them, or tea. If you drink coffee or tea, you drink them out of some kind of a coffee cup. Big ones, small ones, doesn't matter. 99.99% are all made in China. You can rest assured that this coffee cup that was $3.49 is going to be at least $9.49 by the end of next week. You can guarantee that. Or it could be more. So I have plenty of those, just saying. But I did go out and buy more coffee because I am a coffee drinker. I like coffee. My better half, she loves tea. So I went out and made sure we got plenty of her tea. Even ordered some. You don't go to one store and fill up a couple grocery carts full of coffee and tea and stuff like that and expect somebody not to take notice. So you go one here and you get stuff there, and you go here and get some stuff there. You order stuff. Amazon, yeah, sometimes depending on what you get, you pay shipping, but you're not buying it all in one place. If you have, if you don't have, you got to have, I guess you have to have a credit card or so to pay on Amazon. But just saying, the point is, get out and get it. If for some reason it just doesn't produce the high price that everybody's thinking is going to come, well, then you're stocked up on it. You won't have to buy any for months. Just saying. Get a lot of things right now. We could have an SHTF situation Monday. Can happen. Probably won't happen. It's probably not going to happen, but it could happen. We don't know for sure. So you want to be prepared. Now, long-term storable food, you should already have that. Like I said, you should already done with that. That's not what we're talking about. Short-term food is what we're talking about. Your canned goods, your dry goods, stuff like that. Canned soups, just for an instance. Canned chilies, just for an instance. Spaghettis, just for an instance, Pastas, rice, beans, get some beans and rice. A couple different kinds of beans. Make sure you have a little salt and pepper to go with them, or whatever kind of spice you like. So I'm just saying, better to be safe than sorry. That's my motto: be safe than sorry. Because if I buy something and I end up with more of it, I'll drink it. If it's in my case, I'm going to drink it. I'll drink it anyways. I just won't have to spend any for a while. If you're teetering on the fence about buying you a little drone, I would say now's the time to go get one this weekend. Or maybe keep watch on the prices, but they could drop a big price overnight. You know what I'm saying? You could go to bed where something is $600 and you wake up tomorrow, it's $1,200. It can happen. And then you'll have to wait probably a year before you can afford another one. Unless you happen to have a lot of that and it don't matter, then it don't matter. But if these tariffs get to be a big enough burden, China won't be shipping drones back to America anytime soon. So unless you know somebody in Europe somewhere, maybe in Canada somewhere, who's ready to receive something for you and then maybe mail it to you, cross borders, stuff like that, you're going to have, you're going to need one. At some point, everybody should have one. Because you might want to know, especially in an SHTF, on what's on the other side, of these row of houses. You want to know what's over there. I would, and I do. I'm still looking to buy one more. I'm looking to buy an Atom 2. It's by, I think, Protonic, or whatever it's called. Something like that. Potensic. But it's a decent little drone. You're still going to pay, I don't know, $300 some bucks for it. Make sure you get more than one battery. You don't need too much of anything else, but you do need more than one battery. But those are decent little drones, but they're still made in China too. So that's why I'm saying they're going to go up. They're going to triple in price. They will. Unless they have stock, the companies that maybe sell them here locally in the United States will still have stock. Now they'll sell out their stock fairly fast. And, once that happens, if they can get it from China, it's going to cost 2 arms and a leg. It just is, at least for the foreseeable future. So if you're sitting on a fence, go get you one, or at least whoever's in your group, the group SHTF hits, there's a certain bunch of people you're going to be with, whether it's family or friends or whatever, make sure one of them has one, and if they have one, okay. It's always good to have a backup. It's always good to be someone who has one that you can fly. And just a long story short, if the proverbial you-know-what hits that proverbial you-know-what, you may, and you don't belong to no other groups, no other survival kind of group, not talking militias or nothing like that, but you know what I mean. You will have something to, say if you're not built like, Johnny He-Man or whatever, right? You're not built for construction or any of this kind of stuff, but you have a drone. So you can give them eyes in the sky. You can give this little group eyes in the sky. Could mean the difference between starvation and not. Just saying, food for thought. So, I want you all to be safe. I want you all to be ready for this stuff because it could get to be a Katie bar the door situation. You don't know. Might not, but you don't know. We've already got crazies running around everywhere now. Never thought I'd see a lot of these crazy protesters who love to burn things down outside of the 4 or 5 major cities. But now they're in 10 or 12 cities. And pretty soon they'll be in the smaller cities or even towns. Of course, I've said all along, if they ever come to my town, they may show up, but they may not leave. Just saying. They may like it so much they just might want to stay. Just saying. And I know these people down here, these good old boys. They don't take no crap off nobody, no how, no way. So anyways, long story short, if you need something and you have the money, go buy it. If you're thinking about buying it, go buy it. And, the technology, even if you have, like, back to drones, I like drones. I'm a hobbyist. I like to fly them. They're fun. I obey all the rules that comes with these things. all the regulations. I find out what they are in the area, and I do what I'm supposed to do. And that way, you don't draw no attention to you. Because when SHTF does happen, nobody's going to care. They're not going to care if you have a ultralight drone or a big ass drone. They're not going to care. There won't be nobody around to check. Just saying. They won't be worrying about you. So if you could get like a Mavic, going back to DJI, which is pretty much the Cadillac of drones. Yeah, I know they're China, but they are from a better company in China. But they make ultralights like I've got, and they make standard classic sizes of the Mavic. Get the Mavic Pro if you can afford them. Got that full obstacle avoidance stuff on them. You can't go wrong with that. So, I mean, just stuff like that. Go ahead and get one. You won't never be sorry. Just do it. I can't say it enough. I just can't say it enough. But mine boggles my mind, to think that some people, well, I am going to get one, but I'm not going to get one until, I need one. By the time you need it, it's too late. Just saying. But there's many different kinds still out there. Yes, pretty much all of them are made in Japan or made in China. Wish they were made in Japan. I'd buy one of them in a minute. You can buy an American one if you want to pay, I don't know, $8,000-9,000 for one. But I can't afford that. So I buy DJI. They're expensive. And there are others out there, like Potensic, I think it is. They got the Atom 2. Perfect little drone. Good little drone. And that might be my next purchase just because, just to have one extra just in case you crash one. And you always should have two. Just saying. That's just me. That's just me. I like to double up on everything if I can. So, anyways, get out there and have a barbecue. Enjoy it. Life could be short. We don't know. Rock could fall out of the sky tomorrow and they wouldn't tell us, so we wouldn't know until it happened. And then you'd go, you'd have that holy shit factor, So, all right, then, hey, look, enough. Enjoy. Get out there. Be safe. Be very careful. Keep that head on the swivel, right? Know what's going on all around you all the time. So, all right, then. Till next time, be safe. We'll catch you later.